All right. Hi, everyone. It's Daisy here. I just wanted to go ahead and give an update. I know that it's been a while since I went ahead and gave a longer update in regards to this situation regarding the Bay Area social justice space, as well as what happened with the Bay Area musicians specifically. And then I have a coding tutorial update for you as well. So I make these videos because a lot of people have tried to contact me, email me, call me, etc. But because I'm an individual by the name of Matt Haney and a group of white supremacists that he hired, they uploaded my phone, my email, and a few other of my communication devices and platforms to a specific type of technology that impacts people's ability to reach me without there being a third party intercepting and reviewing all of my messages. So this is one of the reasons why I took them to court because they were playing with me like that. And what ended up happening here was in the advent of court and everything, they amped the stalking and harassment, which directly led to the kidnapping, trafficking, rape, and murder of over 300,000 people over the span of like 5 years since this has been going on, which has led to several policies and procedures being implemented across several states. One of them in California being the new Amber Alert system specific to the Black community called the Ebony Alert system. And that specifically happened because of what they started with me, which led them to believe that they can play like that with the entire Black community, which is coming up in this battle that you see with Drake and Kendrick Lamar, because this individual, Matt Haney, who I'm actually like tired of talking about because they nauseate me. You see this in the battle between Drake and Kendrick Lamar because Drake is affiliated with the Kardashians and he affiliates himself with Bobby Altoff and different white families who they are affiliated with the Jewish Legislative Caucus and other white groups who play with Russia and Romania, allow them to hack the system, get them jail time. Instead of them going to Santa Rita or Folsom or Pelican Bay, they're going to Lompoc, which is the federal prison that's just like summer camp, right? Or like going to Hawaii. It's like by the water, it's all nice and stuff like that. So because Drake got himself involved with those families, he ended up getting himself wrapped up with a group of people that had that technology. He ended up using it on different entertainers. He used it on me. Sorry, I wanted to sneeze. Yeah, bless me. Started using it on different entertainers, and what ended up happening here is several rappers ended up getting robbed. Their bank accounts got drained, and their music was stolen and uploaded to different sites that I've shown you. But let me show you again as this comes up, aka AI generated rap lyrics or AI generated beats, right? So now you guys see, I've been talking about this technology for the past 4 years, and you guys heard me clearly mention Drake and J. Cole. And now you clearly see the battle that they are both in with Kendrick Lamar and what he's talking about in his songs. And that happened because Matt Haney uploaded me because he's obsessed with stalking and harassing Black people. And then Drake ended up finding out about the court cases and the chaos. And then he ended up getting involved in it and harassing me. And it was very strange. I used to talk to Drake like every day. I was like, oh, I don't really listen to your music, but how are you talking to me? Right? Because I was like, yeah, because I know that people just can't talk to you. This must be telepathy. Like, okay, but how are you talking to me out of several people? Like, is this what you guys do? Like celebrities? I've heard that you guys play with things, but I'm not too into the conspiracy theories. I didn't know what was going on. And then to find out that you were playing with a technology, Drake and them. I thought he was playing with Spellwork. So now you see the battles and the drama going back and forth, and I have videos on my YouTube, which I'm gonna pull up again discussing this. And it's leading to people getting removed from office. It's leading to people getting put in jail. And it's leading to individuals getting exposed for long lines of things that they've been doing for several years. Several white families ended up getting exposed in a big plot and plan that they call cleanup, wherein they're supposed to be rigging elections, harassing Black and Brown professionals, rigging bank accounts, rigging the employment system, causing a bunch of chaos so that they can funnel Black and Brown people into a specific like economic bracket so that when they snatch up all of our kids for cleanup, like, oh, this is how we get spiritual powers. we wouldn't be able to say anything. That included targeting the indigenous immigrant community and stealing their farms and causing drama, working with individuals wherein their family started the conflicts in our countries, which caused us to come here. Now, with this cleanup that you guys have heard me talk about, you've also seen me do several coding tutorials. A lot of you guys don't know I actually have I went to school for public health. I have worked on several projects. I'm not going to bring up my resume or anything like that. If you want it, I'll send it to you. You guys see my website. A lot of you guys know me before I even got onto YouTube because you heard about my work in mental health and things like that. That's how a lot of people know me because of the work I did in public health. And then I made my YouTube channel. A lot of you guys don't know I'm getting my certificate right now in cybersecurity to be a specific practitioner. One of the things that ended up happening with the program that I was in is because of the videos that I was doing, they had to rewrite the training. Yes, because of my coding tutorial videos, they had to rewrite the training from top cybersecurity certifications. And, and this is one of the things that they're not telling you, that it all started because a single white man just refuses to leave me alone because in his mind, he was told through a virtual reality technology that, oh, you're supposed to be communicating. You communicate with mother. She's in space and she instructs us. Like, oh, this is so cool. She was showing me all kinds of things about my life. It's basically individuals that are playing with your HPG axis, playing with a half of a vagus nerve because some people have a full one, some people have a half one, playing with the cones and rays and the bipolar cells and ganglions in your eyes, and then playing with your neural networks. It's radiation, right? And something with the Heisenberg principle, because I'm into chemistry. I wrote a book on chemistry, which I have some information for you about that. And it has something to do with orbitals and nuclear. So what ended up happening was these people use this technology and they upload people and tell them, you're special, you're this, you're that. You have to do cleanup. Like, yeah, I am special. Yeah, they have to die. Now I see why Black people suffer and this and this and that. So he thinks that he's supposed to be like enslaving me. Like, you remember your past life and you remember what happened to you. No, I don't. I have no idea what you're talking about. Right? Because that's the manifesto that they're following, cleanup. And that's why, but wait though, if that's not true, then why did everyone go missing? So Gavin Newsom just put out $19 million to the indigenous community to find missing and murdered indigenous women because of my YouTube channel and all the complaints. But who got that money? And Daisy hasn't gotten her justice. She's still getting put in virtual reality. We're still fighting with the computer. It's the virtual reality. You're uploading different reservations and you're going into certain communities and blasting radiation through hovercrafts, drones, and things like that. And it's uploading the entire neighborhood. Okay. So just know that they're laundering money. So now another thing that's going to end up happening here is I'm going to show you guys that not only have several people come to the realization of what's been going on, I want to give you an update. And I want to tell you guys, show you guys that God is good. Some of you guys are like, oh, I'm not a religious fanatic. You don't have to be. And I'm not one. I read the Quran. Sometimes I read the Bible. Sometimes I'm just into sciences. So one of the things that we're going to talk about here is the chaos that has ensued because you want to play in my phone and you want to create unnecessary drama and you think that it's cute. I want to show you, yeah, what ended up happening because of individuals playing with this white man who refuses to leave me alone and is sexually harassing me every day in virtual reality. Now, some part of this technology has a component of touching your body. So all day I'm hearing, can you feel me touching your nipples and things like that? And it's like a radiation thing that they blast towards you because there was somebody that was living in my old apartment that got a free unit there, two people to play the technology in the apartment. And then you guys saw what happened with Google across the street from my apartment, where they got an empty unit and they were hosting a specific radiation tower. I called the police so many times, we complained so many times, it disappeared because somebody ended up passing away and it disappeared. So now, one of the things that I want to show you guys here is what has gotten started with investigations. Some of you guys have seen me talk about some of the investigations that are going on, but you don't know that these people are actually under investigation and people are actually going to jail because this white man went to go and play with me and play with all the Black and brown professionals, and everyone is like really complaining about what happened with Drake and Kendrick Lamar because that music video is very, very explosive. And the two black and brown communities, the two hoods that got together and formed an alliance is very serious. It means that somebody got caught 20, 30, 40, 50 years of playing with white politicians, mainly the Jewish ones. Oh, we were in the Holocaust and stuff like that. We just changed our last name so we can kind of get like benefits and pensions and starting wars because all your families are now involved in playing with Palestine. So one of the things that's coming out here is had they never written my case and had they never started this gang stalking, well, we have to keep this quiet and harass her and upload her to virtual reality. I want to know everything that she's thinking about so we can intercept her moves. That's what this is about. Like, oh, they can track your thoughts, your movements, stuff like that. I'm leaving my house at 6 o'clock in the morning, and like white men are following me all throughout LA. Right. And that's because remember, they were also hiring tarot readers on YouTube. Like, oh, tarot readers. Okay, yeah, we have to get all the practitioners, all that. Because remember, he also plays in the black community as an op. So remember, he was playing with a specific woman that I'm going to show you, Latifah Simon. Oh, yeah, that's my boyfriend. No, we're just talking. We're just like friends. Because remember, Latifah Simon used to be the executive director for Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights. She doesn't know that there are several people who blacklisted her entire career because they saw what she did there, exposing certain cases, which got somebody killed in Fort Fillmore, got 3 people put in jail, and some social justice activists recently passed away because they were all playing with magic because of what she exposed in a case to help the community. She's an op. So what they did was gather up with other ops and say, "Oh yeah, look, I have that person. I have that person. Yeah, I can tell you all about Daisy, but I don't know you." And this woman is going to lie and claim that, "Oh, like I don't know what she's talking about, this and this and that." But your daughter used to live with Matt Haney's mother, Latifah Simon. Her daughter used to live with Matt Haney's mother when she was going to UC Davis. She keeps that super quiet. Oh yeah, we're close. Yeah, no, we're not really that close. I just know him because of what he gets into. Let me show you a few things about investigations and playing with people. First, I want to say shout out to I want to say let me like his flowers. I'm gonna give him his flowers again. I want to say shout out to Alex Zhu. He's the CEO of Bite Bite Go, and he shouted me out. But remember, everyone's like watching my channel. So one of the last tutorials that I did, I said, we're gonna walk through Bite Bite Go, and I'm gonna show you every way in which they've been hacking the state system and hacking the EBT system and hacking your Cash App, your Venmo, and your PayPal and stealing money for this whole cleanup. Like, okay, look, I got like 80,000. Whoa. Okay, because you just target certain people and then they upload your bank account and stuff like that, and you get a cut for doing that. Oh, Daisy, I got like 8,000 from her, and I'm missing like about $12,000 from my bank account. I wanted to show you some of these documents. First, let me show you this. I did a coding tutorial on chemistry. 2 days later, I get contacted by the Department of Homeland Security, the Chief of Chemical Security at 5:37. Because remember that document, right? His best friend. Oh yeah, to different trips. I know him like the back of my hand. He wouldn't. Oh, and now it's coming out like a white man was harassing you, paying for love spells to try to prove a point. He was hacking your phone, hacking your bank account, and they were paying for magic. Like when you see, nah, rituals. Nah, it has to be like a ritual. She needs that on her head. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Well, bye. Playing with different ritualists and stuff like that. La Kumisi, where they take small children, suffer them with sexual harassment and assault, soak them in acid, and then take their bones and powder them, turn them into limestone to use in candle magic. La Kumisi into UIC. La Kumisi. And that's why Haiti is on fire right now. Some of you guys have seen what happened in Haiti. Some of you guys saw what happened in Dominica. That's why. With Dominica, it's unfortunate, but one of the things that they were doing with some of the murders and poisoning was to stop the whole entire like tourism industry there because of what they were doing. Okay. 37 file. Right. Remember, this man is under investigation for the disappearance of Joyce Chiang. There's about six different federal agencies that are involved in the investigation, and that's why you're about to see what I'm going to show you in a minute. Court case that I filed a court case against him for stalking and harassing me. 2 days later, because he had my phone tapped, he filed a restraining order because I filed one on him first. And then look, and then I get a call from Joe Fitzgerald from KQED. He is a reporter. Hi, Daisy. Do you want to talk about your story? How did you know that I filed in the court? Because certain court cases, they're not on public record like that because they hacked my phone. Do you see what I'm talking about? So then what ends up happening here is the lawyer that they hired for the case, okay, victim of a crime emailing me at 37 because they're all a part of that whole Jewish legislative group, and then the other white families that they run around with and play with. They don't know that I went to California high school in Santa Ramon, so I know all those families. Okay, so you know our entire network, all of their last names. I still have my yearbook. So civil rights complaint to the Department of Justice, and that's his initials. Public director of public health for Napa County. They uploaded her bank account too. Okay, I didn't approve any of these outputs. I didn't approve any of the invoices or any of these contracts. Right. GitHub took me 4 years to get my code. She's not going to do any of that. Right. No, not on my watch. Oh, okay. Because remember, I'm supposed to be a slave. I'm supposed to be like bed and yes, master and stuff like that because that's what they told him in virtual reality because he's schizophrenic. Somebody from Scotland that just randomly got uploaded to the virtual reality and was like, hey, what's going on with this? Like everyone in Scotland went missing. I'm part Turkish, so we just like go and we help the Turkish community. We cook nafe and we make tabul and things like that, and make sure that they feel welcomed and know where the stores are and everything like that. Everyone went missing. Me and this man have never communicated. He never saw my channel before this day, and they've already tracked that. It's the police reports. 37, videotape of a kidnapping attempt. Yeah, she's completely lying. She's so crazy. You have no idea. Oh, okay. You remember this nonsense with Harry Potter 37 flyer. But the funny thing about this Harry Potter flyer, it's the group that they are affiliated with, which is, yeah. Some people want to go clout chase with this, the Quiera. It's like some type of like magic book that they play with some like white group of people that they play with rituals on black people in the UK. So the Quaeria or something like that. This is like nonsense from space. None of this is like valid. Right. And they put this out. Right. Thank you. Mm. I didn't read a single one of these. They are all on my channel looking for stuff. Like we know for a fact she's never read any of our books, and her information is advanced. To be honest, because I don't play with like school like rituals about like, oh, black people need to be used as tensor spaces, aka like black cube spaces. Like it's like a specific type of concept in physics. Like a tensor space allows you to have quantization. Like it allows you to take a scalar or a vector and turn it into like a matrix or enhance the quantization of a specific force. So instead of like your computer being able to just do like HTML, now I can go beyond and do like JavaScript and get videos, right? So that's a type of like tensor type of like flow. And then there's something called TensorFlow, and that's something that we broke down in the last coding tutorial, which is right here, because they're going to swear up and down that I never did this coding tutorial. It's right here. So then after I did this coding tutorial, remember I contacted the state and they sent me this letter saying that I was harassing people and things like that, but people's kids are going missing. So you sent this harassing letter to Matt Haney. Remember, again, Jewish Legislative Caucus, their families are all involved, Herzberger. Oh, okay, because their families are all involved and they're playing like that with people's kids sexually. Thank you. So then what ended up happening was I posted this tutorial. Remember, oh, she's a sex worker. I think that she's like a tranny. Oh, okay, because something's coming up with his name now around trannies. Like, oh, I shouldn't have said that. Now they're investigating like a few trannies going missing around us. And gay black men, like, okay, you want me to come to this hotel? Okay, but where are we going? We've been driving for like an hour. Okay, just make sure I get home. And a bunch of gay men going missing like in the woods, past Marin, like near Tiburon and things like that. And the feds keep on tracking them going back and forth to like specific houses, and that's what they're doing over there. That's where they have a bunch of children and like queer people, mainly people of color, trapped for sexual assault. So I did this coding tutorial, and then the next few days after that, we have my dear friend Alex from Byte by Go. He goes in hand and posts, "What's Kubernetes?" Alex Zhu is like one of the top. I feel like honored. That's my birthday, by the way. Alex Zhu is one of like the top developers, and he watches my channel, Byte Go, and they're watching my channel because it blew up in tech. You're playing with chemical servers, and you're playing with space stations, and you're playing in space, and you're playing a specific sound technology where you're getting messages from space. And they're telling you to chant in Daisy's ear that she's a black bitch and she's a nigger and she's an ape because you're going to get spiritual powers to code. That's what's been going on for the past 4 years. And now you see why, after Kendrick Lamar put that song out about Drake, there was a huge shooting. Now, and some of you guys are like, yeah, but how did that happen? Because she was talking about this Kubernetes that they're using, where they create tensor spaces. Then they're using something like Kubernetes to create containers. Like, okay, a container is like the environment where you host your code. So you need something like that because it needs to be hosted somewhere. So it's somewhere on the internet. So the feds can go and they can take lines of code from the state system and they can put it in a specific system that can scan the entire internet, and they can find who has specific code, EBT system, our cell phones, etc. in Kubernetes, Kafka, and a few other like type of like platforms. Now Kafka is a little bit different. That's for where they're shadowing the databases of like the state and federal system, using the data that taxpayers pay for and the government pays for to go ahead and like host child pornography and then have it on different sites. The minute I exposed Kafka, there was a huge raid in Las Vegas. Biggest streaming service shut down. Yeah, the minute I exposed them, they got shut down. So you guys have seen that the feds have been watching. People are going to jail. People are under investigation. It's just the fact that they don't want to say what else has come out. They have to investigate. They have to arrest people because of how far it went in the hood with the killings and what ended up happening with a lot of people getting caught up in some very sticky situations. If you're from the Black and brown community, aka the hood, which is still the indigenous community, you know exactly what I mean when these rappers and everyone else saw what was going on. It wasn't even really the rappers. It was really just certain people that got uploaded to virtual reality because of what they started in Atlanta. Now, something that's going to come up in another video is what's going on in Atlanta and the aftermath of what happened in Atlanta. There's a shooting every day, 4 or 5 people at a time, 8 times a day. There have been 3 superintendents for Atlanta public schools, 3 in the past 2 years. 3 in only 2 years because of what they started in my apartment building, because it got so out of control that a certain family that plays with the Isley brothers, whoa, they got so out of control and crazy, like, oh, we can do whatever we want now. We got this technology playing with white people. We sold people out. Oh, we can just get in people's phone, but I want that one where you can upload people and talk in their ear and play like Drake. So out of control. People are going up to the school shooting and fighting. Yeah, I'm 30 years old, but I'll shoot a kid. Because how it got out of control with the technology and what got exposed in the virtual reality. So some of you guys in the Black and brown community, Ronald Isley, he's still alive. He has grandkids. Yeah, Atlanta. Okay, thank you. And Drake's family is affiliated with Al Green and them. Something came out deep about Sam Cooke, and I wish he didn't trust me so much. What's his name? Bobby Womack, and it was just done from there. It just really like got out of control. And Atlanta public schools is on fire. I almost got a job working for the DA's office. They threatened her so badly, like, okay, I won't hire her then. What? Yeah. so badly in virtual reality. Yes, I can show you all the proof of it. Now, with this nonsense that I'm going to show you on my computer with election fraud, okay, they are doing too much, doing a lot, doing the most, all the time. So now the Coera Magic Group, two people have gone to jail for affiliation with this. Several agents in the UK have been fired. I just wanted to show you something. UK, because of virtual reality. Yeah, last year. Okay, because of what they were doing, playing like, oh, let's invert the entire file. We have to do cleanup. So this mother is getting EBT. We'll say that she doesn't take care of her child because she doesn't have work. I'm working. I just need a little bit extra. This is only 60 pounds. Why are you taking my child? What do you mean you're doing emergency adoption and everyone's kid's gone? In the UK, several people contacted me about this. One of the top families in the UK contacted me about this. The auntie ended up passing away. Why? Because she told her doctor, I'm stressed out because I'm taking care of my niece's baby right now because they're saying emergency adoption and we're going to take the baby. Oh, okay, really? No, 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 because we're trying to put the mother in a clinical trial. We can make money off that too and adopting the baby to a pedophile. So the auntie got a poison instead of her regular medicine and she died. Let's rewind though. The auntie came to me for a session because you guys know I'm into chemistry and things like that. And you know I do health work, biochemistry. I read her entire ultrasound and her entire chart without even looking at it. And I have the video. The feds have it too, because remember, my computer that made its way all throughout the UK. Several people got fired for it. One of the psychotherapists, I'm going to show you her. UK, right? Central C is going to come up in this. Yeah, altercation. Yeah, but they ended up getting charged. Look at this. 2 days ago, this just came up. Why? This has been going for a while. Look at this. She said a woman verbally and physically assaulted her, and they ended up getting charged. This lady, Taha, this is her. Why? Because her sister is working, her somebody that she calls her auntie. She works in the UK mental health system, NHS, and they were playing games. Like, oh, if we go ahead and we refer them, you have to get on this medication even though you're pregnant. But I can get a miscarriage or a stillbirth, but or you're gonna get sectioned, and they're gonna put you in the psych ward until you have your baby. So they hit up her sister because everybody in the hood saw this, and this is why this is very dangerous and technology needs to get turned up. Okay, I didn't know that was going on. How far has this gone? This has gone very far. Yeah, Eliana Dam stabbed to death in the UK because they were playing with this technology, playing in Croydon. That's one of the top hoods in UK. Some of you guys, top boy, that's not a joke. They thought it was a movie. That's not a game, that type of lifestyle. And they went to go and play with virtual reality and they went to go and play with nonsense with this white man. Like, okay, well, what can we do and who can we'll clean up? Let's get them involved. Like, okay, well, they said if we do this and if we start that and we do this and we're gonna get money and we're gonna get in, like, oh, they play with Drake. Little kids in my ear, like, oh, shut up. Oh, my grandfather has the technology because we're like part Ethiopian and they got this for like playing with people's farm. They stabbed this girl to death because you're playing. So now something's coming up with crimes against humanity. Yeah, yeah, 672 bodies found in a shallow, unmarked grave. Yes, behind a Mississippi jail. Yes, that's going to come up too. Half of them were for clinical trial testing. Thank you. Some of them were just farmers. Why am I here? I didn't. Well, you stole. What? I didn't steal anything. You stole a box of carrots. That's not true, sir. I didn't do anything. Yeah, because all at once they went crazy. Do you see what I'm talking about? Let's keep on going. So now another thing that's coming up here is the investigation. I just have to give you the preview. Where does Matt Haney pinky rate on my corruption scale? They're talking about the recall of the mayor, and I told you about the mayor of Oakland and what they were doing with Human Meat Cheong and playing like that because they were all playing with white people at the same time. I told you. So why is his name in this article? This just came out because people are dropping hints like, you have no idea, Daisy. You have no idea. You're going to see a bunch of raids. Everybody is going to jail for that nonsense. Court, that's why I'm not worried about court and getting settled and this and that or playing. I said, now I'm going to just wait because what's about to happen here is beyond court. That's nothing. If I file that document in court, instantly it's getting rejected, the docket. You're not going to court because this should be settled already. Thank you. Something is coming out here too with his Matt Haney, his best friend, John Jacobo, who's been accused of rape twice and had to step down from the like Latino Commission or something like that. John Jacobo, and you guys have been hearing me talk about the cartel and people's farms getting raided and people's alcohol businesses getting raided and stolen from and things like that. And we have mines, we get metals, and then we can make products. We have our own metals, we make fridges, things like that. Oh, like, well, they can make guns if they have metals, but that's not what we do. Why? Because he was connected to John Jacobo. Somebody got their phone tapped. Paul works for the city of, this is Paul Monge. He works for the city of Long Beach. He's friends with Becky G. Now you see what's been going on because Becky G and Peso Puma, their family came up in this like, oh, there's a white guy. He's okay. He can get us out of anything. Okay, but why am I getting charged? Okay, so that means I need to call Cardi because Cardi's connected to Drake. Because I mean, Drake and Offset are friends, but he doesn't really talk to Cardi because people know what she did in Spanish America. Her family's like blacklisted. But what can I do to stay safe? Peso Puma. And you guys have been hearing me talk about this the whole entire time about the Spanish community. Okay, here we go. Spanish community emergency message. Spanish community stand up. Proof of chaos. Rappers getting set up. Isn't that not Peso Pluma and this is about Peso Pluma and Fuerza Regida. Yeah. And a lot of you guys don't know I grew up in the Spanish community. So when they heard about this, like Daisy, oh, I know her. Princesa, not even. Yeah, Daisy, we know her. Like when they say like Princesa, like you guys should already know. Like it just basically means that you're a high priestess. Like you showed out. Basically, it's like you don't get that for nothing, right? So what ended up happening is a lot of people know me in the Spanish community because I grew up in the hood, and it started a really vicious war with people with supply. Trader Joe's, you're going to see certain things going missing. I'm already seeing it. I can't find a certain seasoning in the store. That's done for. My whole entire restaurant, we can't find any supply. Done for. Some of you guys know Veg Mob. Vegan Mob? People will travel from all over the place to come and like eat here. Veg Mob. Yeah, they're closed. They lost their supply.